Now, if that doesn't get you hyped, guys, I don't know what will. Do you remember that? That was way back on September 9th, 2021. And it's been exactly 535 or 536 days, give or take, since the PlayStation Showcase has premiered. Nearly 2 years. And you've got to be asking yourself, when is the next PlayStation Showcase? Well, according to industry insider Jeff Grubb, we may not have to wait too much longer, as Sony seems to be officially gearing up for a spectacular showcase. And you know, last week was Sony's first PlayStation State of Play since 2022, which was live streamed right here on the channel, by the way. And during that presentation, we were given a look at a multitude of games that are on the way, including Resident Evil 4 Remake, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, as well as a handful of promising looking PlayStation VR 2 games as well. While the presentation was cool to see what's on the horizon for a lot of PlayStation fans, it fell a bit flat as fans are waiting to see updates on first-party games like Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Marvel's Wolverine, and more. Now, to give PlayStation some credit here, they did try their best to try to temper our expectations a bit prior to the PlayStation State of Play last week. But we as PlayStation fans, you know, we always have our expectations raised way above the bar. Even in my chat, whenever I was live streaming, folks were saying like, oh, I hope we get a chance to see Marvel Spider-Man 2 or other games that we are anticipating and have been anticipating for quite some time. But I already knew that that wasn't going to be shown off, as PlayStation let us know that that wasn't going to be the case here for this State of Play. However, you know, it just doesn't seem to matter to fans overall because they just have been restless. We've been eager for something, you know, anything to be shown off from a PlayStation studio, whether it's an announcement or in fact a new trailer of a new game. Well, folks, you might not have to wait too much longer for this kind of announcement. Take a listen as to what Jeff Grubb had to say regarding an upcoming PlayStation Showcase set to take place very, very soon. Take a listen.
Yeah, and also, it's like I understand what these state of plays are. They are an obligation. They are Sony meeting the obligation of to their their co-marketing partners. I'm gonna make a video about this weekend, I think, where I just say like, what are these state of plays really? Why do these keep happening? And the answer is it's simple. They tell developers and publishers that they want to make a co-marketing deal with, we will put out a state of play, and that's going to count as so much money towards what we consider the co-marketing deal. And so they have to do them, even if Sony itself is saving its own actual good stuff for something else, which is what's happening here. They're saving their good stuff for the PlayStation Showcase. That's going to happen before E3. It was supposed to happen last fall. They kept pushing it back because their developers weren't ready. But now that those developers are ready, they should have a massive show that really sets up the second phase of the PlayStation 5. So there's a lot to be excited about. It's just the state of play was never going to be that.
So let's go ahead and take a recap as to what Jeff Grubb had to say there as far as timeframes go. Now, according to what Jeff just said, it looks like we are going to have a PlayStation Summer Showcase just before E3 2023, which is set for June. So I think we can safely predict that we will have a PlayStation Showcase sometime here between the May and June timeframe. The fact that he said before E3 in his podcast leads me to believe that he definitely knows more than what he is leading on here as far as the time frame goes. Speaking specifically on what we can come to expect at this PlayStation Showcase, oh man, use your imagination, because from what it sounds like, it looks like PlayStation is going to go absolutely bonkers and give us what we've been waiting to see and so much more. Use your imagination and go beyond it, because play has no limits here. This is the next phase of PlayStation 5, as Jeff has said, and this phase I would come to expect the PlayStation 5 to officially mature and really start to settle into itself. Obviously, fans want to see what Insomniac has been doing with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 as well as Wolverine. Naturally, Spider-Man 2 is a lot closer than Wolverine by a long shot, but with both being developed, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to receive some kind of trailer for both games. More than likely gameplay for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Now, in addition to that, fans can't wait to see what's happening with Final Fantasy 16, so I would come to expect to see something for that. Pragmata hasn't received an update in quite some time either, so perhaps that game makes an appearance. And as we know, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was announced, and with the hype surrounding Avatar right now, surely a development update on that would be great to have at the PlayStation Showcase. Rise of the Ronin was a game that was revealed during the State of Play back in September of 2022 from Team Ninja, and it looks like the samurai game that we all need, especially after the success of Ghost of Tsushima. And finally, and I know it's a pipe dream, mentioned dozens of times on this channel, but the rumors aren't going away, guys. You can't deny that they're not going away. The Metal Gear Solid remake, perhaps a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake at the PlayStation Showcase. Like I said, the rumors, they're still out there, and if anything, they seem to be heating up. And so what an incredible announcement that would be if it was shown off at this PlayStation Showcase. I'm still holding out hope that it will happen eventually, someday, right? It's gotta happen, right? Right? Come on, Konami. Aside from games, we over at Insider Gaming have sources that have revealed to us that Sony is in fact developing wireless earbuds for the PlayStation 5, codenamed Project Nomad, that will undoubtedly give next level performance, giving us that Tempest 3D audio that we crave. Additionally, our sources have also suggested to us that Sony is set to launch a new PlayStation 5 with a detachable disc drive. Sources have confirmed that the prototype of the console is indeed in Sony's hands, so not only could we see software at this PlayStation Showcase, but we could also see some hardware announcements for it as well. So there it is, guys. I put it all into perspective for you as to what you can come to expect at this PlayStation Showcase, which is set to come out here sometime this summer, according to Jeff Grubb. Updates on existing AAA titles that have been announced, new AAA titles that haven't been announced, games that are more than ready to return to their glory, hardware accessories, and so much more. If all of this comes to fruition, this is set to be a PlayStation Showcase for the ages. If you guys found this information informative, you know what to do. Go ahead and smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. Plenty of PlayStation content on the channel, as well as entertainment content that you can come to expect and love as well on the channel. For more PlayStation content, make sure you go ahead and click on this video right here, which also talks about the PlayStation Showcase, which has been long rumored for quite some time, guys. Hopefully we get it sooner rather than later. Of course, I'm your host, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, and as always, peace.
PlayStation